Hey everybody, Chris here. Welcome back to another episode of Woodmere Estate Revival. Today we're down at the house, putting some finishing touches on some spaces. I'm upstairs in the master bedroom trying to get the door hung for the master closet. Amber's downstairs painting some trim so that we can get that stuff put up in different spaces around the house. Let me give you a quick progress update and show you what we're getting into today. All right, so here's where I'm working right now. We've got the pre-hung door leaning against the wall here. And this is the space we're going to be putting the door in. This is our master closet. Give you a quick tour around the inside here. So nothing too exciting yet, but the space is coming together pretty quickly. Very soon we're going to have hardwood floors going down. So I want to go ahead and get the doors hung in all the spaces we can. That way we can go ahead and use our jam saw and cut underneath the jams and do a real precise fit on the bottom of the door, and also not have to worry about scraping up any of our nice new hardwood floors trying to install the doors after the fact. Over here in the bathroom, some things are starting to happen in here. You can see we've got the Schluter Curdy shower pan laying down here, fitted in the space. Obviously it's not quite big enough for the entire shower, so we're going to have to add on to the end by pouring some cement on either side, or mortar as it were. And then the thin set will go right over top of that, and everything will be one uniform waterproof space. So it's going to go really great. We do have somebody giving us a hand on some of the tile work now, so there's actually been some progress made in other parts of the upstairs while we've been working this week elsewhere. Let me show you down at the end of the hall here what's been going on. So this is Reed's bedroom, Reed's bathroom. You can see where they put a layer of cement board down, and then they've come back with some thin set over top of that after they sealed up all the screw holes and the seams, and have used some thin set to level things out a little bit, getting ready to come in and lay the penny tile. So that's coming along nicely. And then over here you can see where they've got everything waterproofed in. There was cement board here, and the guy that's helping us with the tile taped over all the seams and all the screw holes, and then came in and put a thin layer of thin set across the entire space just to kind of get it all smoothed out, level and plumb. Looking good. The shower niche that we used from Ditra fit in there nicely. It's going to make for a great finished shower. So they made some progress there, and then around the way here in the guest bath, all the doors I've got to hang up. In the guest bath, you can see they've got the Ditra down here, and then around the tub, same thing. Everything's been finished out. All the nail holes covered with Curdy tape. And then everything has been covered in a thin layer of thin set, getting everything nice and waterproofed, ready to go. You can see the floor tile that we're going to use in here. Some large format tile. It's going to look really great. So it's been nice to have some work being accomplished while we've been gone during the week. Take a run downstairs, see what Amber's up to. Amber's busy painting trim.
Hello.
How's it going, hon?
Oh, great. I just started, so.
Just getting going.
I'm fresh.
You're always fresh.
Yeah, I am.
So this is Amber's painting station here. She's got sawhorses and wood, and she's got big stacks of trim over here that's already been primed and has one coat of paint on it. And then once we get everything put back on the wall, we're gonna go back through and touch it all up, won't we? Put another coat on there.
Yeah, and these big pieces are for the large opening here between the kitchen and the butler's pantry. So
this is the one she's talking about over here.
yeah, I'm actually giving it a second coat before we put it up. So.
It sucked up a lot of paint, didn't it?
It did, and you could still see through it. So I wanted to sand it down one more time because people will be walking through there and maybe touching it. So
right.
so it was really smooth and ready to go. So
Absolutely. Yeah, you can see some of the wood grain there
Yeah, right through here.
where it was joined together.
I'm gonna try on this second coat, I'm gonna try the little foam roller. We'll see
Okay.
how it does. I know it's gonna be faster than doing it old school, which is the way I've been doing it.
Absolutely.
So I just thought I'd try it out today. And we'll
Okay.
see. So
Yeah, that'll be worth a
if I
shot.
could use that, you know, on all the doors,
Mm-hmm.
not the actual door, but the opening, the cased opening.
Yeah.
You know, that would speed things along.
Most definitely.
I'm hoping. And these are only a few bucks, so I'll probably just throw them away after each use.
Yeah, since you're using oil base,
Yeah.
they probably disintegrate if you try to clean them, huh?
Yeah, I don't think you could do that. So.
Okay, awesome. Keep up the good work. I'm gonna run up to the bonus room, show them what's going on up there.
Good. Ooh, our tile.
Yes, there's actually tile on the floor. Very exciting. As you can see, we've got tile. Let me flip the lights on here so you can see a little better. Looks really, really good. We use this wood plank looking tile. It's gonna look fantastic. We've got a really neat tile that's gonna go on the wall behind the shower. It's a glass corner shower enclosure. And then it's also gonna go on the wall above the vanity. So that's gonna look really nice. Really, really nice. So again, very exciting to see progress done while we're not around. Got their cutting station set up here. More doors for me to put up. So still lots to do, but we are definitely making some progress. All right, so I'm gonna head back across the way, take some measurements on my rough opening there, and start getting that new door fitted in the master closet. We'll catch you guys up in a little bit. All right, so I got the door fit in the door opening, and it actually looks nice and square in there. The hinge side has already been set against the jamb with some countersunk screws and shims to make sure that the hinge side is perfectly plumb. And I've got some reference marks on the wall to establish where sides of the jamb need to be to make sure that the top of the jamb is perfectly square in the opening. This side, we've got a ton of extra room here, as you can see. I'm not sure what happened when our rough opening was being framed, but as you can see, we got about an inch of extra space here. So I'm gonna have to go downstairs and get on the table saw and cut some scrap and make some spacers there for attaching this one, which is kind of frustrating. All the doors in this room are the same size. I mean, everything's exactly the same. But for whatever reason, this rough opening ended up a little bit larger than it needed to be. And so we're gonna have to compensate for that. But that's okay, we can do that. And then of course your door casing is gonna cover all this anyway, so you won't see the fact that it was a little bit oversized. The most important thing is that it's nice and secure. So I'm gonna head downstairs and cut some scraps and make some good sized shims, and we'll get this side anchored just like this one. Okay, so the closet door is done, and the gaps look really good all the way around. Doors in there good and square, and it hits the stop around the inside all at the same time. So you can see where I had to cut some pieces of 2x4 down on the table saw and use those as spacers, because for whatever reason this door opening got rough framed too large. It was about an inch too big. Every other door opening in this room is about 3/4 of an inch smaller than this. I'm not sure what happened here. At any rate, we used scraps of 2x4, cut those into spacers, and that helped us get the door in here nice and square. And what we've been doing, rather than nailing it, which is the way some people install them, is I use a countersink bit, and then I'm using these 3-inch construction screws. So there you're assured that it's gonna pull up good and tight against your shims, good and tight against your rough opening there. It's not gonna work loose over time. I do need to put one on the top there, but other than that, this baby's in, and it's looking really good. So I'm gonna go ahead and screw the top of the casing into the or the jam into the upper part of the framing there. And then once I got that done, then this door will be pretty much done. I'll go ahead and trim off the shims, and this one will be all set. And we'll move on to the entry door into the master bedroom. All right, so the closet door is now officially done. I got the last of the shims trimmed off there, and everything's double checked, triple checked, looking really good. So now we're gonna move on to the doorway into the master bedroom. So I've got my measurements done, got a level line struck across the opening there. It looks like we're gonna be able to slide this one in again without cutting off the jambs. So that makes me happy. We probably will have to trim the doors at some point because it's gonna be a little tight against our hardwood floors. And when we are laying the hardwood floors, we'll use a jam saw and cut the bottoms of the jambs off to get them nice and tight. But as of right now, I'm not gonna have to do any jam cutting on this one either, so that makes my day. And the opening's a little tighter, so I shouldn't have to use those giant shims this time around to make everything line up. So I'm gonna go ahead and get the door slid into place, and we'll see what it looks like. So I got the door sitting in the opening, and I went ahead and cut some shims on the table saw downstairs. Just made some 3/4 inch shims out of some scrap 2x and spaced it out that way. And now I should be able to use just a couple of shims on this side stacked to get my jam just right. Again, this opening was a little bit bigger than I would have liked, but you know what? In the end, it's gonna look great. Let's go ahead and close the door here. So once we get our jam and everything adjusted, get our reveal looking good all the way across here, we'll go ahead and get everything screwed in place. So we're making good progress. Just got the entry door into the master bedroom hung, and it's looking good. As you can see behind me, the gaps look good, right? Yep. And so real happy with that. I'm gonna move on next to one of the doors, I think in Grant's bedroom. So I'm gonna pack all my stuff up and head down the hall, and we'll head over there next. Let me show you real quick just the final details here in the master before we move on down the hall. All right, so there's the entry door looking sharp. And there is our closet door looking good. Now we left this one off for now because we've got to get our tile done first. We want to make sure that our jambs and everything are real nice and tight up against our tile. So the gentleman that's helping us with our tile asked that I would just go ahead and leave this one out for now. Once he goes ahead and gets the floor tile down in here, then I'll be able to come back in and set the door. Over here, we're not doing a door on the shower for now. We're just gonna case the opening. So we'll have tile running around the inside of the opening, and on the outside I'm gonna do some trim. So we're gonna do that for a while and see how it goes. May come back at some point and do some glass doors, but you know, the way it's set up right now is over on this side, I've got the body jets and the normal shower jet, and then the rain shower there. And then on this side over here, Amber's got a wand that goes right there, and then a normal shower head. So, you know, most of the stuff is gonna be kind of shot out towards the middle here. So I don't think there'll be a lot of spray or direct water coming out on the floor. And then hoping we can be able to get away without the glass, but we'll see. Worst comes to worst, we'll come back and get some glass installed at a later date. All right, so let me take you down the hall here. And I'll show you what's next. Man, these doors turned out great. I'll tell you, Quality Woods is the outfit that we used, and they do a really nice job. It's all 100% in-house made millwork. So trim and doors, shutters, I mean, you name it. They make it all. So that turned out really, really nice. Real happy with all the doors. Glad we went with the solid 6-panel doors. If you're wondering why there's a hole in the wall, funny story. So right here is the washer and dryer plumbing. And then you can see the vent stack going up, and there's the hot and cold water supply line. All this stuff over here didn't exist. And it wasn't until we started setting cabinets that we realized that there were no hookups for the laundry tub. There was a miscommunication between us and the gentleman that did all the plumbing. And so we set the cabinets, and then we're like, wait a minute, there's no place to put the laundry tub. So they came back through after we did the cabinets and worked from the outside of the laundry room, since we already had all of this beautiful tile work done and these great cabinets ready to go. They did not want to come in here and try to do anything from the inside here. So instead they installed it from the outside wall, and they'll come back in and repair the drywall at a later date. The laundry is really shaping up. Next in here, I got to set the butcher block countertop, and then I got to make a false drawer front out of the old drawer that goes here, and set the sink. Go ahead and hook up the sink, and then go ahead and hook up our outlets. Do the final connection on the dryer vent there. Trim out the window case, the door opening, put the jamb in, put the sliding door tracks on. We're going to hang the old doors that came out of here. Got to put baseboard around the entire room after I get all the casing and everything done. And crown. So, got a little ways to go, but it's coming along nicely. Not essential to have all that done for us to move in. Plumbing is very important. Laundry facility is very important. But anyway, so they'll come back and patch the drywall probably next week. Next, I'm going to move on to Grant's door. That's this one right here. And we'll go ahead and get to work and see about getting it set. I think that's the only one I can do in this room. Yeah, the other one is for the bathroom, but I'm going to go ahead and leave it out again because we've got a new tile work in here. So we're going to go ahead and leave this one out till they've got their final edge set on the tile. This one I can go ahead and do, but again, it's a slider. And these are this is one of the doors that slides in there. But I've got to put in the jamb, then I have to put the track on, hang the doors, and then come back and case it and everything. So that's gonna be a little bit more involved than just putting in a pre-hung door. All right, so speaking of pre-hung, I'm gonna grab this sucker and put it in the opening, see what it looks like, and go from there. All right, Grant's door is done. Looking good, just gotta trim the shims off. It's a little fiddly, of course, trying to get the jamb in there perfectly plumb and level across the top and trying to get your reveals and everything looking good. So you gotta fiddle with it a little bit and make sure that everything looks great before you get it anchored down. But I think you're really looking good, and man, does it complete the space. It's so nice to see doors up again.